welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. Today we're going to be doing an all drugstore slash affordable fall makeup look. I'm using a couple Holy Grail products as well as some newer favorites that I recently tested that are affordable but so good. So make sure you guys grab a snack. My snack of the day is a nice big bowl of blueberries. I used to be a blueberry hater, but now I am obsessed and I keep these in the weekly rotation. I also have one of these cherry slush Alani Nu energy drinks. This might be one of my favorite new flavors. It is so good, especially if you love cherry slushies. It literally tastes like one. So grab your snacks, get cozy, and let's get into it and have some girl time. Today for eyeshadows, I'm going to be using the ColourPop 1111 eyeshadow palette. I recently tested this out and this is so freaking cute. I love this color story. I think it's perfect for fall or for a date night because you have a really good mix of cool and warm shades. So I'm going to start off with this color right here and I'm going to mix in a little bit of that softer brown. I'm going to use those as my neutral blending shades. And I'm going to use the NYX Ultimate Blending Brush. This is one of my favorite crease brushes. And I'm just going to dabble into both of those colors pretty much just back and forth. And I'm going to start on the outer lid and just work that in my crease. And I'm going to build these colors up as well. I like to start on the outer lid and then just work those two shades into my crease. And I just build them up as needed. They're pretty light, but they do build up nicely. I will say with ColourPop shadows, one thing I love about them is that they're definitely beginner friendly. Now I'm going to add in a little bit of the color Bright Path and Empowered. I'm going to mix both of those shades on a fluffy crease brush. And I'm going to start kind of just stamping both of those colors on the outer lid and working that about halfway into my crease, just to deepen this up a little bit. So I like to really press the shades in and then I will blend it after I get it to be as smoky as I like. I'm going to take that first blending brush from NYX with whatever product is left over. I'm going to use it to blend the edges of that darker shade and diffuse everything out. It really is just all about the blending, and you can pretty much just, what's nice about this palette is build it up as needed. So if you want to keep it light, just do a little bit, but then if you want to deepen it up, you can just keep adding it. And I do find that these build up and blend nicely. Sometimes there is something just so therapeutic about doing eyeshadow and just blending and layering. I love it. I'm going to take this gorgeous deep bronze in Reflect and a little bit of Manifest. I'm going to mix both of those and apply those on the inner part of the lid. I find that with these, spraying your brush is key or using your finger. And then I'm going to take those two colors and apply those, really packing them on. And I like to use a really flat concealer-like brush. This one is from Amazon and it's great because I can really get in there and concentrate that color exactly where I want and be very precise with it. So pretty and so sparkly. But like I said, with your finger, these also give you a really pretty effect. So I kind of like to apply a little bit extra right in the center just to help create a gradient between the lighter and the dark shade. Love. So pretty. Ugh, I love these shimmers. They're actually really nice, especially when you spray them. Spraying your brush is always key. And I like to take the tip of the brush, like the very top of it, and with the eyeshadow I pretty much like to kind of carve out the lid a little bit to give sort of that cut crease effect. And that's why I love this brush, because it's nice and flat and you can be super precise with your eyeshadow with it. Okay, I kind of just did something on a whim. I took a little bit of this color right here. It's like a light champagne. It's in Balanced. And just with my finger, I kind of just dabbed that right in the center to add a light little pop. And then I'm gonna go back in. It's all about the blending. It's all about just adding little touches. I kind of just take my brush to press all of that together and blend it out one last time. You might have some fallout, but it's nothing a makeup wipe can't fix, and that is why I always, forever and always, will do my eye makeup first. I'm gonna use the CoverGirl Cleantopia mascara and do one quick coat. Still loving this. Can't stop using it. It is so good. It just pretty much does all the things that you want it to when it comes to mascara for your lashes. gives the length, it gives the volume, it gives the thickness. It's really good. I am gonna apply falsies, but I always like to do a coat of mascara because it helps everything to look so much more blended and seamless. For lashes, I'm going to use one of my favorites from the Muses collection from Kiss in the style Legacy. If you want a more natural, voluminous lash, these are it. They're not too long, they're not too thick. The band is very thin, they're flexible, they're lightweight. So perfect lash for today. So I'm going to pop these on and then we'll move into the skin. Okay, lashes are on, and something that I've been doing to make the lashes look even better is after I apply them and make sure that the glue is fully dry, but curl your lashes afterwards. It makes such a difference. It makes them look just more open. And if you have two different eye shapes like me, this is key. So this is one of my favorite lash curlers. It's the Tweezerman lash curler, and I will just take and curl my real lashes along with the falsies, and it just makes them look a bit more curly and it makes my eyes look more open. So try this out, but like I said, just make sure that everything is nice and secure before you do it. That way you're not lifting your falsies up. But I love it. It makes such a difference. It's all about the details. Let's move into the skin. I have this new drugstore primer that is so good, you guys. Flower Beauty Skin Smoothie Radiant Glow Primer. I know it's kind of getting washed out because the packaging is white. I picked this up at CVS and this is so beautiful. It really is a radiant glow primer, but it's so natural and pretty, not greasy, not glittery. Looks really nice under a lot of different foundations and I've been loving it. I have a matte foundation that I'm going to use today, but with this, it kind of makes it look like a satin matte, and it's really pretty. So I'm gonna apply this. Look at that glow. It is so natural, sort of like that inner glow from within. I love it so much. See how pretty? It's not too much, but it is the perfect amount of glow. Now for foundation, I have an oldie but a goodie, LA Girl Pro Matte HD foundation. I'm using the shade Sand. It's a little bit too dark for me, but I'm gonna mix in the LA Girl mixing pigment in the shade White. If you wanna use any of your summer shades now for the fall and winter, you need this mixing pigment. You just need a tiny bit and it's gonna lighten your foundation without altering the finish or the coverage. It's a must-have product for me and it's under $10. When I was at CVS recently, I picked up this foundation again. I remember loving it a couple years ago and I rediscovered it, and it's really good. It has a soft matte finish, wears really nicely throughout the day. It's not drying, it has good coverage. It is beautiful. So I just do a little mixture here right on the back of my hand, just a tiny bit of that white mixing pigment. And what I like to do is rub this in with my finger first. Might still be, no, I think I can actually make this color work. The thing is, sometimes if you do too much of the mixing pigment, it will lighten the foundation quite a bit. So I like to just kind of do it a little bit at a time. And I'm gonna use my Anissa Beauty Pinnacle foundation brush to really stamp that in and give me a smooth, airbrushed, streak-free look. And I love the way this looks with that glow primer from Flower Beauty because it just gives this really natural kind of satin finish. It is gorgeous. So I'm loving this combo. I feel like LA Girl also is super underrated. Their concealer is really nice too, and it's like $5, but this foundation is everything because it's not drying, but it just gives the prettiest matte feel to the skin. I think the key to making your foundation look as smooth and flawless as possible is just kind of working in sections and blending it in from your hand to your face, like with your fingers, blending it in, and then you can use a brush or a sponge to really press it into your skin. Drag this down just a little bit to my neck. I feel like maybe I could have used a bit of the mixing pigment a little bit more, but we're gonna make it work with some concealer so it is all good. But look at that finish. I'm gonna go in with the Flower Beauty, another Flower Beauty product, the Get Real Serum Concealer. If you like good coverage with a very dewy, hydrated finish, you're gonna love this. I'm gonna use the color Sand, which is a little bit too light, but I think I can make this work since my foundation could use a little bit of lightness. Sometimes I do mix in also a bit of the shade Light Medium, so let me just do a little bit of that right now. Anissa Beauty Angled Concealer Brush. I love how creamy and full coverage this concealer is. Has such a nice formula. It kind of reminds me of the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Concealer Serum. It's very similar to that one, so if you like that one, you will love this as well. And that right there already helped just kind of balance out the foundation so much better as well. I'm gonna use the ColourPop Bronze Stick. This one I have in Moonstone Beach. This is one of my current favorite products. It is super creamy and blendable. I'm actually just gonna apply this directly to the skin because it doesn't lift any of your foundation, but it has such a nice formula. See that blend? It is just like high-end. This is stunning. Kind of blending the forehead into the hairline so that it looks really seamless. And then if you see any of these little kind of harsh lines, just take your foundation brush and press that away. And with whatever foundation is left over, it's gonna act as like a little blending tool to help make everything look much more seamless. I feel like a little bit of this too goes a long way. This is my favorite drugstore powder combo, e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder in the shade Light Pink, and the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop powder. I'm in the color Light Medium. So I'm gonna start with the e.l.f. powder first on my under eyes. When you dip your powder puff or your brush or anything into your loose powder, you don't wanna apply this directly to your under eyes because then it's gonna look splotchy and it's gonna look just like this. So take it, apply some on the back of your hand first. That way when you apply it on your under eyes, it looks completely smooth, and that's how it's gonna look on your under eyes when you set. Something else that I always like to do as well right before I set, just go back in with your concealer brush to blend out any little under eye creases, and then set immediately after. I'm gonna do about 2 layers of this because I like how bright it makes the under eyes look, and it gives a really pretty kind of natural glowy finish. Maybe I used a little too much, but I pretty much just take the powder puff back and forth until it looks as blended and seamless as possible. And then I'm gonna go back in with the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop powder, and I'm gonna set the rest of the makeup. I will even kind of just dust a little bit of this right on my under eyes if there's any little harsh lines. I honestly don't really feel like I have to add a ton of extra bronzer, so I'm just gonna do a tiny little bit of the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, just to like emphasize it a little bit more on the cheekbones, but you can still see that ColourPop bronzer peeking through is why I love it as well. It has a really good amount of pigment, so this is just like for a little touch up. And one of the best blushes, Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. This will forever and always be a favorite for me, so I'm gonna apply that on my cheeks. This is also going to give you some color and glow, so you can skip out on highlighter with this product. These come in the best shades, and it's the most beautiful, smooth formula. This is a really good blush too that you could transition over from the summer to the fall time. It is a must-have. For the eyes, I'm going to use the Essence Stay and Play Gel Liner. This one is in Black Raven. It's just a true black, and I'm going to line my waterline with this. Going back with the eyeshadow palette, I'm going to take a little bit of this darker brown, and I'm going to smudge some of that right on my lash line. Then I'm going to pop in a little bit of this color up here in Balanced. I was going to say Manifest, Balanced. And I'm going to put a little bit of that right in my inner corners. You guys know I love a good bright inner corner highlight. Okay, I'm going to layer a blush because it's fall, and this is literally the best fall blush. Burt's Bees Toasted Cinnamon. This is one of my all-time favorites. I love it on its own, and I love it paired with Milani Luminoso as well. So I'm going to take just a little bit of this and kind of just layer it over top of Milani. It is the most gorgeous toasted shade. I love Burt's Bees blushes. They're really smooth and buttery. I love that inner corner color that I used, by the way, from the 1111 palette, but it is really glittery, so I should have sprayed my brush just to avoid any excess fallout with the glitter, but we're gonna just pretend that it's supposed to be there, so it is all good. But ugh, I love this. This is the best peachy toasted shade. And I'm just gonna add some lower lash mascara. For lips, one of my all-time favorite lip liners that I think is also a fall must-have is the Milani Understatement lip liner in Saucy Toffee. These are retractable, super smooth and creamy, perfect amount of pigment, and they glide on the lips. Kind of like to rub my lips together, and then I will blend in the edges. A little bit of that lip liner. So good, like just the best, most comfortable formula. Then I'm gonna top that off with another Milani lip product. Milani has some of the best drugstore lip products, not even drugstore, just in general. They have some of the best lip formulas, and they came out with these new lip oils, and I have to say, I tried all of these. I think I like these more than the original shades that they have. This formula is everything. It's high shine, it's hydrating, not sticky, and it gives the perfect amount of pigment, and these are literally fall in a tube. When I first tried out the lip oils from them, I want to say it was like over a year ago, I wasn't super crazy about them, but the more that I used them, the more that I actually grew to love the formula. But I like these even more, to be honest, than the original. I think these are just stunning. Everything about them and the way that they smell, they're like fall desserts. So my color that I'm going to use for today is going to be Cocoa Cacao. This is perfection with this lip liner. So let me show you how gorgeous. I love the big doe foot as well. So good. Okay, let me just show you this color. Look at that. Super creamy and smooth. I love these. New favorite. Alrighty, I think we are all done with the look. I'm loving the bronzy glowy cheek with the bronzy eyes, the chocolate brown lips. I'm just here for it all. And I have a new amazing setting spray that you guys definitely should check out. It is the Conceal and Defined Infinite Mattifying Setting Spray from Makeup Revolution. Hello, Charlotte Tilbury dupe. This is, I think, I already tested this out, a really good alternative to that setting spray. It does have a bit of a strong scent, kind of like Charlotte Tilbury a little bit, but it really works and it mattifies the skin and keeps everything in place. So always gotta check it first before I spray my face, but I like it. I think the smell is really pleasant. I'm loving it. Feels good. And you just have to wait for it to dry a little bit, but your face is gonna be matte. So this is definitely for my oily skin babes. If you have oily skin or you like a matte finish, you need this. Definitely try out this look. It is super easy and I feel like it's gonna look good on everybody. You cannot go wrong with bronzy tones for the fall time. So try it out and I'll have all the products for you guys linked down below in the description box if you're interested. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for new videos every week if you have not already. And I cannot wait to see you very soon in my next one. Bye!